Okay. Hi, I'm Trent, team rider for PPC, and today we've got the M1 wing, and I'm going to show you how to change the leading edge strut bladder. In your bag, in your PPC bag, you get a little kit with a few bits and pieces, and the first thing that we're going to need is the valve spanner to undo the valve. I've got a bag here with the two new bladders, and two little bits of string to pull in when we remove the bladder. That's basically it. So first thing we need to do with a fully deflated wing, you can start with a clean wing, that's always handy, but first thing we need to do is just remove the valve cap and the inflation valve. So to do that, we just unscrew the valve and it should just spin out. Alright, there it goes. So that's out, and that just exposes the female thread. Sorry, one other thing that I didn't mention is something flat, a little butter knife, anything like that to release the valve. So the bladder is actually stuck to the inside of the leading edge with Velcro. So if you just slip your flat blade underneath the Genema leading edge, you can just get it in there and it releases the Velcro. Just spin it around, and that releases that bladder from the inside of the leading edge. So that bladder is releasing there now. This is the little access point to remove the bladder. We can just unzip that, and that's inside your wing. You can feel the bladder in there, it's nice and loose. Right, next thing we do is take one of your pieces of string, with the tangle happening. We come down to the end of the leading edge. There's a little tag Velcro here, you can just put your fingers in, undo that. Unfolds. You can just see how the bladder sits even with the fold. Just pull it out a little bit and tie on. One extra we don't want that to untie. Right. So we come back over to our little access point. Pull out that one side of the bladder. Stand on that bladder carefully. Just hold it. I get a little bit stuck on the inside. There we go, she's coming out. Just until it exposes the string. Untie, you just leave that string exposed there. We're going to repeat the same on this side. Just unstick the Velcro. Pull out the tail. that way and our string going the other way. And that's our old bladder. Now, take the new bladder out of the bag and unroll it. Okay, so we've got the new bladder here and I've just unrolled it. And a couple of points to note, the bladder can only go in one way. So you can find the center point of the bladder, and if you imagine it going into the wing with the inflation valve on the one side, you can see the joint in the bladder being the center. So we know that that side goes down the side of the wing and this side is that side. So for me, I'll pull in the valve side first. So I know that I need to attach this side here onto my string. So I'll lay the bladder out so that there's no twist. You can just sort of flake it on top of itself there. And this is our side to get pulled onto the bladder. So this is my string. Just going to tie him back on. So if you've got a second person, this can be handy just to help feed the new bladder in and also not to lose your second string. So Kieran's going to just pull the bladder in for me. Just nice and slow, just feeding it in with no twists. Yeah, keep pulling it in. Righto, so Kieran's reached the point there and just exposed the bladder at that end. We've got a little bit left over here, so we can just tuck that in without losing our string for our other side. And then I grab the valve cap just in my hand and I move it over to where the valve opening is. You just line it back up with the hole and the Velcro sticks on center of the hole, and you can just push it up with your fingers, and that is stuck, ready to go. So take the other side of the bladder without getting any twists. You just sort of flake it back up on top of itself. So I'm going to pull in, find your other string and tie on. Oh yeah, so if you've got your second person again, you can tell them to pull in the bladder. It's nice and easy. Yep, just expose the bladder, just tucking any loose bladder there. That is that part of the bladder installed. Go ahead and do the zip up so you don't forget to do that when you're inflating the valve, and we'll go down to where our bladder is exposed. Untie your string. So, the end of the bladder, you can just tuck it back in a little bit with your finger until it was how it was before, lined up at the end, so it's even. And then you can see on the stitching where the Velcro needs to go. Make it nice and even. Fold the bladder and the wing over, tuck it in. Just keep your fingers in there to separate the Velcro until you can feel it's in the right spot. And then stick the Velcro to the wing. Just give it a bit of a massage to make sure it's all stuck. That is the tail ready to roll. Same on the other side. We untie our string. Tuck it back in so it's nice and even, level with the end. Fold the wing over. Line up the Velcro. Just give it a little massage to the spot. That's it. Right. So, back to our inflation valve. We've already got it stuck on. Take our valve and make sure it's nice and clean. Thread it back into the bladder. Righty tighty. Use our valve spanner. Just until it's firm. Retighten. That's our leading edge bladder ready to reinflate. The center strut is basically the same technique, but all the access to the bladder is done through the valve cap. So we unscrew the valve cap and pull our drawstring in through the valve cap through to our strut trailing edge and pull our string back in, and in a reversal of that process. That's it, it's ready to reinflate. Thanks guys.